Stephen A. Asmith just dropped a bombshell that has the entire basketball world in a frenzy. Clark and Sophie Cunningham, suspended after an explosive clash with head coach Stephanie White? That's the rumor that's breaking the internet right now. Let's rewind. During the Fever's brutal 184 loss to the Portland Fire, cameras caught a heated sideline exchange between Clark and White. Clark was seated on the bench, White was yelling at her, and then Clark snapped back, putting her hands up in frustration. White then told another player to take Clark's seat in the huddle. It was the kind of moment that instantly goes viral. And then things got even crazier. A meme surfaced suggesting that Clark and Cunningham had ignored Coach White's play call and improvised the game-winning shot themselves. Then, Cunningham missed the next game with an elbow injury. Fans started whispering, was she actually suspended for the meme? Was the elbow injury just a cover-up? Now, Stephen A. Asmith is reportedly weighing in with explosive claims. We're breaking down the entire saga, the sideline clash, the suspension rumors, the team meeting that lasted nearly 2 hours, and what this really means for the Fever's season. This is the drama that's threatening to tear apart a championship contender. Buckle up. It all started with a loss. The Indiana Fever were getting blown out by the Portland Fire, an expansion team they had beaten by 17 points just 10 days earlier without Clark. The frustration was boiling over. And then it happened. The cameras caught it all. During a timeout, Clark was seated on the bench while Coach Stephanie White appeared to be yelling at her from a chair on the sidelines. Clark snapped back, throwing her hands up in frustration. White then told another player to take Clark's seat in the huddle. Clark was seen shaking her head, looking visibly upset. The internet exploded. Fans immediately started speculating about a fractured relationship between the superstar and her coach. Was there tension? Was Clark being benched? Was this the beginning of a locker room meltdown? Clark and White both downplayed the incident publicly. White said she was simply challenging her star player to perform at a higher level. Clark said the interaction was overblown and that White is somebody I will ride for the rest of my life. Teammate Kelsey Mitchell called it part of being a family. But the damage was done. The narrative was set. And then came the second act, the meme that sent fans into a frenzy. After the Fever's dramatic 78-76 win over the Washington Mystics, a meme started circulating that suggested Clark and Cunningham had ignored Coach White's play call and improvised the game-winning shot themselves. The cartoon showed Clark and Cunningham telling White they ran the play she wanted, but with a hint that they actually didn't. And then Cunningham missed the next game. Officially, she was out with an elbow injury. But fans weren't buying it. Theories started swirling that Cunningham was actually suspended for sharing the meme or for insubordination. The conspiracy theories gained even more traction when Clark joked about Cunningham's new elbow after she returned and scored 11 points in a win over the Connecticut Sun. Fans took Clark's comment as confirmation that the injury was a cover-up. One ex-user wrote, when asked about Sophie's big game, Caitlin replied, "Well, she got a new elbow." CC really said one sentence and reopened the case files. Another added, "Conspiracy confirmed." But was there any truth to it? Or was it just the internet being the internet? Cunningham herself addressed the rumors on her podcast, Show Me Something. And she didn't hold back. First, she shot down the suspension rumors. "That meme, that's just a funny meme. I saw that and we all thought it was hilarious and everybody thinks I was suspended." No, she said. She confirmed that the play was exactly what Coach White drew up, it was just slightly improvised because both defenders followed the other player. As for the sideline clash, Cunningham admitted she didn't necessarily agree with how Clark handled things, but she called it a product of two competitive people wanting to win. "I don't even know if there was any inside scoop. I think that Steph and CC are just two very competitive people who both want to win, and sometimes you bump heads, but it was all out of good intent of wanting the same thing," Cunningham said. She added, I'm not condoning her actions, like I think there's room to grow in how you respond to things, but Caitlin would say the same thing, and her and Steph are fine. That's like their relationship, and then later that night or the next morning, they hugged it out and talked about it. Cunningham also revealed that the team held a long, much-needed meeting that lasted almost 2 hours to hash things out. We built back all the layers. I think everyone's on a good page right now and ready to work, she said. So where does Stephen A. Smith fit into all of this? The report suggests that the ESPN commentator has been weighing in on the drama, likely adding fuel to the fire with his signature bombastic style. While Stephen A. is known for hyperbole, the core of his argument, that there is tension in the Fever organization, might not be entirely baseless. The Fever are under immense pressure. They opened the season as title contenders but are struggling to find their rhythm. Clark has been dealing with injuries and inconsistent play. The team's defense has been a major issue. And now, they're dealing with the scrutiny that comes with being the most watched team in the league. Stephen A. is probably pointing to all of this as evidence of a deeper problem. And he might not be wrong. But as Cunningham said, everyone has trials, everyone has shortcomings, and I'm just thankful ours is at the beginning of the season and not during September, October. And that's the story of the Clark-Cunningham-White drama, the sideline clash, the meme, the suspension rumors, and the truth behind it all. The Fever are in a tough spot. They're underperforming. They're dealing with injuries. And the entire basketball world is watching every single move. But here's the thing, this team has the talent to compete. They just need to get on the same page. And if their long team meeting was any indication, they're working on it. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think there's real tension between Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White? Were Clark and Cunningham actually suspended? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a basketball fan who needs to know what's really going on. This is your channel name, signing off. Peace, love, and women's basketball forever. Basketball.